All right.
All right, so your next subject of Team Talk, Beatrix LeStrange. Hi,
Hi.
hope you're doing well. We're gonna cover a few questions in general and in your content and your relationships with gaming, if that's all
All
right
right.
with you. So, first things first, I know I have asked you personally, but I started the last interview with the same question. So, would you be so kind and light some shed about the choosing of your name?
Oh. Um Basically my first name, Beartrix, been come up with I English well.
You
You
just you
English
just
better than me right at this
you just
moment.
got up, so it would be a
I
problem.
just woke up. Yeah. A friend came up with that name for me, and it was for this weird fan fiction writing, don't ask, it's weird sort of thing. Um, and I tried to do basically the same using that name, but I misspelled it. I added an extra R into it. So
Nice.
instead of Beatrix, I added an R, Beartrix. So
Love it.
that's how my first name came up. Um at that time, I was really into Emily the Strange.
Mm-hmm.
And when I read the books that she was in, because there were a few novels of her, she was known as Emily LeStrange.
All right. So,
And
it has nothing to do
I
with your
it
affection
has
to bears.
nothing to do to bears. Yeah.
Damn.
I didn't really realize the connection of bears in the name. I didn't realize the connection to tricks in the name. I didn't even realize the connection to Harry Potter in my last name
So we
until
can we can
after I had
cross.
made
Yep.
it. Hmm?
Sorry. Do continue.
You kind of. Oh, okay. Uh, I didn't really notice the connection until after someone basically said, "Yo, is that like X?"
Hmm. So we can cross
That's
out
it.
any theory that the bear in my name and the bear in your name has something in common.
Yeah.
Damn it. Okay. So how long have you been using this name, by the way? Approximately.
How long have I? Ah, did I start middle school?
Hmm.
Uh,
Sweet.
yeah, the name was first made in middle school, so it was about uh,
So with this origin story,
6 years ago,
we can
6 to
safely
7.
assume that you like fan fiction.
I like a bit of fan fiction. I definitely did when I was in middle school. Um, I was really into Full Metal Alchemist, uh, Kingdom Hearts, which I still am. Um, I don't know how if I feel safe with all these bears around here, to be honest.
Rar.
Um, chat. Uh, I was into a lot of things just because that was the point when I was just getting into actually using technology
Hmm.
uh, and the internet,
So it
believe it or
wasn't the
not.
weird people shipping uh how to say
Mm,
this one nicely, and not the creepy thing where people just fuck each other randomly and those fucked up stories where it was a nice summer when this male just walked into the shower, and boom, there was the love of his life, all naked, and then they banged and stuff like that.
No, I never read anything like that in middle school.
Oh, you
When I
you
was
weren't a lewd middle schooler.
hmm?
You
What
you
was that?
weren't you weren't a lewd middle schooler then, or high schooler.
No. Well, of course, high schooler. Who isn't?
Shh! Don't judge me.
um, yeah. But no, I was pretty. I was trying to get into a more of a new life, trying to get away from elementary school, believe it or not,
Mm.
and just wanting to try and get friends.
Oh, you didn't have a group of friends around you at that time?
I was desperately trying to get friends in middle school
Mm.
because I was hugely picked on in
Oh,
elementary school. Yeah.
well, I would have loved to be your friend in middle school. All right, awkward silence it is. Let's I don't know. Let's switch to some lighthearted questions instead. What was
Yeah.
how did you start gaming? What was your first experience of game?
Oh God. That's even earlier in my life.
Well,
Let's try when
probably.
I was 5 years old.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah. Um, when I was really, really young. And this is what my parents told me, so this might have been a little bit over embellished. Um, when I was extremely young, like 5 or less years old,
Hmm.
um, my father was still working, so he had to go out of the house during the day. At that time, I entertained myself with these. Have you ever heard of these kind of learning games? It's like Reader Rabbit or what was that bloody lion?
Oh, when
I don't
you
remember the
have
lion's name.
to match like the picture with the word and stuff like that.
It's a game, but it is meant to be like a learning thing, like math and reading and writing,
Oh
etc.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's meant to help you teach a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely loved playing those games for whatever reason. Mainly because I think it was the only thing my parents would let me play at that moment, and I kept on looking over my father's shoulder and
Mm.
seeing him play games like Warcraft and Diablo, and I'm like, I want to play those games.
Yeah,
Those look like
totally.
fun.
Yeah.
And actually, Warcraft 1, Diablo 1.
Wow. Yeah. Sounds
Um,
great.
yeah, it was that a long time ago. Anyways, um, basically, one time I had finished one of those learning games, and I got frustrated because the game wouldn't let me play it again with the same profile.
Mm.
And I didn't want to change my name just so I can try it again. I just wanted to use the same name. I was a stubborn child. I'm still a stubborn kid.
Yep. That that does sound like you.
And so I figured out on my own how to uninstall the game and reinstall it
Savage.
at 5 or less years
Nice.
old.
Nice. Okay, so wow. So actually, Fame here
Yeah.
asks what type of games you are into. So I was
Oh,
about to ask that one soon enough, but let's just jump into that one then.
jump right into it. All right. Um, Almost, it's more of a question of what kind of games I don't like.
Well, then what kind
I
of games you don't like?
I don't know.
You told me that was the easier
Probably.
question.
It's not an easy question. Not really. It's okay. What type of favorite games is different to what's my favorite game?
Okay, what's your favorite game?
Um,
I assume it wasn't your
um,
first game with the teaching
no,
thing.
definitely not. I am way past those learning games. Um, at the moment, I would have to say my favorite game is Undertale.
Oh, I would have
With
guessed
Overwatch being
Overwatch.
a close, with Overwatch being a
Yeah.
very close second.
Mm. Yeah, those are two different types of games for sure.
Yeah. So it's more of a question of what kind of game I don't like.
Um, you know what? Let's not go with the what you don't like for now, but what do you prefer in games in general? Like, do you look for games with good stories, or you like action heavy things, or is it always up to your mood?
It's sort of a mood thing, but I do try to find a game with a good story. Um, if I can't find good story, then I'll try to find a good puzzle game because I really like puzzle games.
So you either play something with a good story or just get a Game Boy and play Tetris forever.
Not exactly, but kind of.
Were you always yeah?
Most. Hmm?
No, no, go ahead.
Okay. Most story games that I have run across, especially RPG Maker ones, if you know what I'm talking about there.
Yes.
Yeah. Those usually are story driven as well as puzzle ridden.
Hmm.
You know, they have a lot of puzzles in them. And most of the time they're a lot better than most AAA games.
How dare you?
I said most.
The entire gaming industry is after you now.
Oh
Um,
shit.
yeah, you
I'm
messed up,
so
girl.
scared. Oh.
They're gonna ban all the Beartrix LeStrange profiles from everywhere.
Well, I'll figure
So
something else out.
yeah, not like you were using it for a long time or anything. Uh so
I
you
mean,
you like to get lost in the story, but also use like the muscles in your brain to solve problems, right? That's what I gathered
what
from your
little
answer.
muscle what little muscles I do have in my brain. Yes.
Are you saying that you're not smart?
Yes.
You just fucking told me that 5-year-old bear fucking figured out how to uninstall a game and install it again just to not create a new profile and have your progress.
Yeah. 5-year-old me was a lot smarter than 20 year
Do,
old
do,
me.
do you reckon a stupid person would do that? Would be able to do that? I don't
5 year
fucking
old
say.
me was a lot smarter than 20-year-old me.
Okay, you know what? Let's skip this thing because obviously we're not going to agree on this. What was the absolute worst game you have ever played?
Oh, oh, I know there's one, but I cannot remember it.
Hey,
Oh,
if it yeah,
I know what it
okay.
is. I played it on my channel. I absolutely hated it. And I'm wondering why the fuck people are watching it so much. It's fucking Seven Mysteries.
I'm totally not
I
looking up.
don't know why people like it.
Maybe, well, I'm pretty new to your channel, so I'm more familiar with your most recent
It's
stuff.
on my it's the most popular video on my whole entire channel. Seven Mysteries Walkthrough Part 1. For some reason, it has almost 2.5 thousand views.
I'm sorry,
And I
I must
don't know
say this.
why.
Most popular, there we go. And you were absolutely right. 3 years ago.
I hate it. I just I don't know why either. I absolutely hate it.
Well, it happens to be an RPG Maker game that you mentioned that you usually like those.
Yeah.
Have you
That's why I'm saying I don't know why.
have you ever thought about making your own game, maybe in RPG Maker or something?
Yes. Yes, I have. But
And
the
then what
thing
happened?
is, I'm not I'm not good with coding and actually trying to motivate myself to actually try and do it.
Hmm. But I I would think you have a few stories in mind that you would you would be
Uh,
willing to create a game about.
uh, not really. Nothing original, at least.
Okay then.
Well, a while ago, when I was super duper into Amnesia, which is a game I need to get back into, by the way. Um,
Spooks.
I was thinking about making a map for it, like
Hmm.
a custom level, but I could never get myself to actually make it. The tool for it is horrendous.
It
It
sounds like an
and I
incredible
haven't,
job.
or at least when I was working with it, which was like 4 to 3 years ago, it was so crap. Or at least I did not know how to use it.
Oh, well, it does sound like an enormous amount of effort and work.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
so someone would like to know who's your favorite character from Undertale next to Sans.
Well, believe it or not, Sans is not my favorite character. It is Undyne. Undyne is my favorite character.
I actually know
My
this.
favorite Yeah. I can tell you my favorite character to voice from Undertale.
Oh,
And I think everyone can agree that voicing him is amazing.
is this character that you mentioned? Does his name start with a P
Maybe.
and it ends like a Pyrus?
Maybe.
Okay, I think I'm onto something here. Uh, so
It's Asgore. It's totally Asgore. No.
oh yeah. What do you like? Um, no, you know what? I'm gonna rephrase this. What makes Undertale your favorite game? Is that because you like the story and the puzzle elements, or something else?
Well, the thing is with Undertale, it's not my favorite game of all time. There are other games that I love most, but right at this moment, Undertale's my favorite game. Um under it has its flaws like most games do. In my opinion, it doesn't have enough of the puzzle feature that it's supposed to have. It in the beginning, it basically tries to introduce you to saying, "Oh, there's going to be a whole bunch of puzzles that you're going to have to go through." But the only puzzles that you really run across is in Snowden, and the rest is just kind of exploration. and
So,
trying to build up the story.
hmm,
The story's great, a little bit hard to try and follow and full of theories.
yeah.
Um, which is actually a good thing. Um, the music is amazing. I still listen to the soundtrack and remixes of the soundtrack. Um, characters are memorable, and the fact that you can have multiple different endings, you can play the game however you want, is amazing in my opinion. I love the fact that you can have multiple endings to a game.
Yeah, like real multiple endings, right? Telltale Games. Hmm. Um,
Oh, oh.
drops mic. What was that? Oh yeah, you mentioned it's not like all-time favorite. Uh, do you care to share your
Yeah.
all-time favorite games?
I'm what I would like to call a Wembler. Basically, someone who can't easily choose just one thing.
Hmm.
So, when it comes to choosing one game out of the hundreds of thousands of games out there, it is not likely that I'm going to actually choose just one game that I will claim be my ultimate favorite.
But
Oh,
you will willingly say something like, "That's my favorite game right now, but it's not my ultimate favorite game."
yeah.
Although you can't pick an ultimate favorite. That's
Because
interesting.
there's always going to be a few that are going to be, I'm going to say that's my favorite, but I haven't gotten around to actually play it anytime soon. Like, Portal 2 is one of my more favorite games. I like it more than Undertale. But I haven't recently played it yet.
Hmm.
I haven't recently played it.
It sounds like
So,
those are your old friends. You can revisit
yeah,
time to time, but you cannot hang with them all the time.
yeah, exactly.
Okay then. Let's jump into your,
Like, oh,
yeah,
fame and fame. Fade X Fade said having one game is next to impossible.
and you agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I can't choose just one game. It, there it has to be at least multiples, and I
Yeah,
don't
I
think I've played
guess
enough
so.
games for it to be multiples.
I don't know. Some people has like, when they have the game. For example, they started to play, like that was the first game they played, and it was really good experience, and it grew to their hearts, or something
Hmm.
like that. Or maybe they have a special memory with one game that makes it like their all-time favorite because of that experience.
It's nostalgic.
I don't know.
It's the nostalgia that they remember.
I never mentioned I'm going to ask you good questions, so you just have to answer these stupid
Oh,
and cheesy
I think
questions.
these are I think these are really good questions.
Well, thank you. Um, I pick friends with this method. um, all right. So, when did you start your YouTube channel, and what motivated you to do so?
See, there's a small difference between starting up my YouTube channel and starting to publish videos on my YouTube channel. Um, if you look in the weird description that YouTube has, it'll say that I started sometime in the middle of summer. I don't exactly remember when,
It says,
but
I'm
I
sorry to interrupt. I just did, and it
fine
says you started your channel at the 23rd, sorry, of November in 2011.
November. thought it said somewhere around June. Oh no, it's because I uploaded around June. Duh. Yeah, I started uploading videos around June, ish, or July.
Hmm.
Something with a J.
Fair enough.
um
That's 2 months, so
and yeah. What first motivated me was being capable of using the internet around December of that same year that I made my YouTube channel, I think.
Mhm.
It was 2013, right? That I made
Um,
my YouTube channel.
11, it says.
2011.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, it must have been 2011, December of that year. Um, I met my first online friend, and basically we're still friends, by the way.
Good.
I'll give you a hint on who this guy is. You're probably going to interview him next.
Oh shit. It's me!
Oh, shit. You're going to interview yourself.
Yes,
No.
for an hour.
No, I met Milk December of that year,
Hmm.
and we've been friends ever since. And what
Sweet.
motivated me is that he told me that um he made YouTube videos, and I basically said, "You know what? If he can make YouTube videos, I can make YouTube videos." That's not actually what made me say, "You know what? I'm just going to sit down and make YouTube videos." It was something else earlier, but that basically made me say, you know what, make these videos. But there was such a delay on them because I couldn't easily get down and work on them because of my parents. I was having difficulty trying to edit them.
Hmm.
Um at that time I was still working with Windows, the Windows Movie Maker BS
Oh, the sweet
editor. I
joy.
hate that crap.
Yep.
The piece of shit that Windows gives you.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess that discourages a lot of people.
What first made me want to say, you know what, I want to do this one of these days is I was playing a free game. I think it was called A Game with a Kitty or something like that. I don't remember.
Hmm.
It was a platforming game, and there was this one point in the game that I was getting so frustrated. I could not get past it whatsoever. Um I went to the local no, it wasn't the library, but it was someplace else with Wi-Fi. Um and I went onto one of the laptops that they provide you with, and I basically went to YouTube to try and find a video for it. No, it wasn't that game. It was a different game. I don't remember what it was, but there were no good videos that I could easily follow for it. And
Mhm.
they provided, um, the walkthrough that the game provided for you sucked major testicles.
That doesn't sound really
Like,
pleasant.
yeah, it was so terrible, and I was like, maybe I should, but then I thought I I don't know how to get past this point. I don't have the equipment for it. I don't really have the motivation for it right at this moment. I still got to deal with school, yada 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 down the
Hmm.
list. It was a whole bunch of saying no, I can't do this.
Aw.
Um I eventually I eventually did get a chance to play that one game that I mentioned earlier, Game of the Kitty or whatever the
Yeah.
hell it's called. I don't remember. And I ran across this really neat YouTuber that also played it because, again, I was stuck at a point. I decided to go to YouTube to try and find out how to get past this point,
Yeah.
and he showed me the way. and he was extremely funny. I don't know if he still does YouTube videos or not. Um, and I thought and that motivated me even more, saying, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can do this one day.
And you were right because you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm doing it now.
Sweet. So, wow, that was very detailed. I like that.
Yeah.
um, what was I going to ask? I don't know. Oh, you know what? Let's just jump into something then. What kind of content do you like to do, and what sort of content do you like to watch? Because I believe you are watching a lot of YouTubes.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of them are gaming. Sometimes I go into other things like uh wait, what? The Mega Zeus. Oh, Zeus is hugging Nightbot.
I know. God damn it, Zeus.
Anyways, got distracted. I watch a lot of gaming videos. Sometimes I'll watch other games. I watch other things like I don't know what to call it. That's the thing. They're kind of they're I, they're kind of board game-ish, but sometimes the channel goes into other weird things like bottle flipping, and
Oh no, no,
I
the
don't
fucking bottle
fucking
flips.
know. Yeah, just shush. It's the only channel that I actually watch that does that. So
Hmm.
don't get your hopes down. Thinking that I actually do watch that crap. Um, Sometimes I watch makeup. But actually, I watch like maybe two channels that do makeup tutorials. Um, what else do I watch? Like from time to time. It's mainly just gaming videos, sometimes
Hmm.
music videos, obviously. Um Music, game. I'm looking for my YouTube
Yeah, I could
game.
tell.
Um like most of my recommended is either gaming, music, or kind of just other things.
How about your own content? What do you how would you describe what sort of gaming content do you do?
Whatever the fuck I feel like.
That's not really specific. Uh,
That's I don't know what else you want me to say. It's whatever the fuck I want to put up there. If people
okay,
like
well,
it, great. If people don't like it, get out of my channel. Watch something else.
okay,
That's
Jesus Christ, you
probably
don't.
actually a lot more funny.
Okay, please don't hurt me. um, when did you start streaming as well?
No. Um Technically maybe 2 to 3 years ago I tried to stream, but the thing is I didn't turn on my mic,
Oh,
and because it was I had parents around, so I
mm,
figured people would be capable of saying, oh, we understand. But this was long before Discord was even thought of, I think.
uh,
um
yep.
yeah, so and I didn't really have that big of an audience. Yeah, compared to now, I have maybe 5 more people. Anyways,
Quality
um
over quantity, am I right?
yeah. um I tried. my parents, I couldn't because of my parents were around, and I didn't really want to stream at night. So I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna not stream like this anymore, and I'm just gonna wait until I actually can stream with my mic on.
Mm.
And it just became a thing when I could and I felt like it, and I didn't really have to deal with um actually recording, which is right at this moment never. um, or it was a special occasion like my birthday or Christmas or Halloween, etc.
Mm.
I would stream. So it's very few times that I actually can stream. I would love to be capable of streaming more, but right this moment parents get in the way.
Just in general, do you prefer making videos or do you prefer streaming?
I like the comfort of being capable of just sitting down and playing a game, knowing that right at that moment, no one is watching, no one is possibly judging you for any kind of choices that you make. But I also like the facts that people can come in and instead of you having to look through walk through like I've been trying to do with one game, it's pissing me off because some of the puzzles are like, how the fuck did she get to that? How the fuck are
Frambo.
you supposed to get to that? um and you can have multiple heads going at this one puzzle better than just my pea brain of a brain going at this puzzle. So they both have their advantages. Um Prince of Persia, I don't get. I
It's
don't get.
it's sort of an inside joke between us. He can't handle the
Oh,
the very first, very old Prince of Persia. Have you played it?
no, I don't.
Please do.
No.
I love seeing people suffer with that game. I mean, have fun
Oh
with that game.
god.
It's just like it's it was a really unique game at its time and it was very revolutionary, but the controls kind of suck because there's a huge delay between the
Oh.
character doing what you are telling him, and it's not good
Oh.
when the game is a platformer. So no, don't listen to him.
Oh.
Just play it. It's wonderful. You can do bunny hops in it.
It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Ah, um, uh, platformers is not my best suit.
I mean, it has sword fights too.
Uh,
Okay, I'm not going to torment you with this. Um, so
anyways,
you like
uh,
you can't really pick between videos and streaming, right? Was that
yeah, like
the answer?
if I had to choose just one to do though, it would probably be streaming.
Hmm.
I would love to be capable of sitting down and stream whatever the hell I want because um don't worry, it's not platforming, it's hell.
Just ignore him.
um yeah. Um because I can sit down and play basically whatever game I want. Whereas with recording, you kind of have to choose what game you want to play. Because there's some games that you can't really record and it'll be fun. Like say most of the Jackbox games, they're
Hmm.
meant to be for streaming purposes, not really recording purposes. I like the idea that you can stream and then put it up on YouTube as like a VOD or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, oh hey, this is what I streamed like a day ago. Just in case you missed it. I like that.
Yeah, in case you didn't know, I stream. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Go there and watch my streams. Like that, right?
No, no, no. Like a, oh hey, here's my 3.5 hour stream that you might have missed because of time zones, or you had to go pee and you missed something super duper funny or something like that. It says a, just in case you missed it, here it is.
Um, so you started your channel for, well, a long time ago. And
Mm-hmm.
then you started to put up videos, and I don't remember, if I'm being honest. You did have series that you've taken down, right?
No, I haven't taken down any
Oh,
series.
well then my bad. So apparently you started with Mad Father.
Actually, um, I started with I'm scared, but the thing is, I couldn't get I'm scared to be uploaded first. So actually started with Mad Father. It was the second game that I played with and Mad Father, it got uploaded later because I figured, you know what, I would try and use my high school's editor
Mm.
um to try and edit it. And for some reason the editor just wouldn't edit. It took so long just to edit. It was more of a try and get at least something decent up and then try and do up and down hills and valleys of start out good and then it just plummets into shit, but then maybe something else good will come, but then because you found something good it's just more shit. I don't know.
And then the pleasure
I
of
figured,
waiting for 6 hours until it's up.
oh yeah.
So what
Yeah, that
was
was that was another problem that I had.
we all had this problem 3 years ago. So don't that
Yeah.
particular thing was not your machine's problem, I must say. Uh
No, it was more of a me dumb and trying to record on a Windows machine and trying to get a Mac to edit.
hmm. So what was
I knew nothing of Macs until then.
the first um experience? So you put out a few videos. I can't tell by now how often, but you put these videos out, and I guess you just refreshed your own page time to time to see if anyone watched it. Did you get some response?
Maybe. Kind of, but not really. I'm more of I still do this, by the way. I just put it up so that at least my friends can see how bad at games I am.
Oh, that's lovely.
That's the main thing that I do, and most of my friends never watch.
So you're making videos to assure people that you are worse than they are.
Yeah, yeah, kind of like that.
Very solitary. Very nice of you. So, yeah, what was like the first experience? Like, oh, some people watched it, I like it. Let's upload even more, or oh, hey,
It
these
was
comments
more
aren't.
of a it was more of a I just want to record. I wanted to record just to record. It wasn't I didn't because I didn't get any feedback. I just figured, you know what, I'll just keep on going and maybe I'll get something out of it eventually. I knew that it would take time to build my channel up. I wouldn't get 1,000 subscribers just because I uploaded one video, you know.
Unfortunately. So not many people know, but you, as far as I know, you did some voices too.
I did a little bit of voicing. And basically the one major thing that I did, and it's voicing is something that I want to get back into. I haven't had the time. I haven't had the motivation. I haven't really had the chance to record. And I haven't really found many people that want my voice. I haven't found many uh voice offers that I really wanted, if you know what I mean.
How did you start doing voices? Like how just I guess
Uh,
just I want to know the story of how did you do your first and the first
I
experience.
think it was I think it was mainly just being myself growing up, just I don't know, just being myself. And I usually do a whole bunch of voices, especially for my cats. I do a completely different voice for my cats, wherever the fuck they are right at this moment. um, but I've always done voices. What motivated me to actually record my voices um was I would have to say Aurora. Aurora motivated me
Hmm.
in a weird way. She didn't do it
With a controlled shock.
intentionally. With a what?
Controlled shock.
Yeah. Uh, um, she did her voicing. She amazing voice. Maybe I can do that.
Hmm.
And I haven't been able to do it lately.
What sort of voices did you do, or did you record for people?
Um, I think it was mainly just my own voice, just how I'm speaking right now, because not many that I tried to go into asked for something a little bit different from me, like a more high pitched squeal or a different accent, except for one, but I couldn't do it because they basically told her I can't do an English voice, a British accent. I can never do a British accent. I don't know how.
You have to be British.
It's something
That's
like
that's how
that.
you do it.
I used I no, I used to be capable of doing a British voice, but I lost it somehow, and I
Fun
can't bring it
fact:
back.
one random viewer once thought I was Brit. I don't know how. I don't know what I said, but I was over the fucking moon.
Okay.
um, yeah. So
That, that,
let's
that,
let's
that is
let's
weird.
get back into gaming a bit. So one
Yeah.
thing you have in common with your streams and videos as well is that you don't use face cams. Is that
Yeah.
I happen to know that you did this on purpose, not because you lack equipment. But why did you decide to not include your beautiful face?
Well, for one thing, my face ain't that beautiful.
I fucking knew I shouldn't have said that, but
Second of all, it's actually true. I don't have the equipment for it. I don't
oh.
have the money for the equipment.
So if I were to
Um,
buy you a webcam, you started to use a face cam in your videos?
I would still have to be able, until I move out, I would still have to decline it because my parents are super paranoid. They're afraid to take any kind of pictures in the house whatsoever, uh, for fear of people finding them. Um, You know how most stalkers are. Sometimes they can figure out where you live just by looking at your houses and such like that. I don't. They're super paranoid. So, trying to take a video while I'm trying to record video games, they would not take it at all. But if I had moved out, finally, hopefully, soon, please, um, I might start uploading more videos with my face on it.
Hmm,
I also another reason is I don't like the fact that um some games some games are widescreen and they're supposed to take up the whole entire screen unless you're doing it windowed mode,
mhm.
in which case it takes up a portion of the screen,
Yeah,
whatever. um Takes up a basically a huge portion of the video. um but if it's in sort of a full screen, a 4:3 ratio sort of thing, whatever, you know what I mean.
yeah,
I would probably put a face cam on that because there's empty space that you can put on the side. But if
yeah.
it's a widescreen sort of format, it'll take up a portion of the game that might block some important information, and I don't like that. I like having people be capable of seeing everything that's going on in the game and not have to focus on technically two different things at the same time, the face and the game. I just want
Yeah.
people to be immersed in the game with a weird commentator in the background.
Yeah. I always thought you decided not to use face
It
cams
was
because of this reason.
it was sort of by choice and sort of forced to.
Hmm. All right, but does that mean, let's say, the people who are listening now were like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna start watching her videos because she's awesome," and will they eventually get them facecam videos, or you're still hesitating over what the future holds in that regard?
Um, right at this moment, I'm going to have to say there are probably not going to be face cam videos on gaming videos for me wanting to do a talking sort of thing, like just wanting to relay some information, what's going on, or something completely different. Yeah, there might be my face plastered somewhere on there. But on gaming videos, no, not at probably not.
You also decided to have a schedule. You upload twice a week.
Mm-hmm.
Um, was this, did it work out for you? Obviously, it works out for the viewers, but do you enjoy this change of pace?
Kind of. It used to be I would upload once a week and it would be Wednesdays. Um, and I'm trying to m- push myself to try and edit more so I can upload more frequently. And eventually I will, I'm hoping to at least upload 3 times a week. And when I get used to that, I'll upload 4 times a week, and then eventually 5 times a week. I probably won't upload on the weekends unless it's a special occasion.
Are you, well, in my experience, there are two types of people who make YouTube videos. The person who is really organized, records a bunch, edits them, and then schedule it to be up in the perfect time. And then there's the Bosco type of people who make or made YouTube videos, which is whenever you sit down, record, edit, put out, and then you don't do shit for 2 weeks. Are you? You're probably rather the organized sort of person, right?
I try and be a little bit organized when it comes to uploading stuff. Sometimes, like last week, I will have no videos that I can upload. I had a huge problem that I had not finished my game that I'm hoping after we're done with this I can finally fucking finish. Fuck this game. Um I can finally finish it. And because I haven't finished it yet, I quickly played the first episode of Minecraft Story Mode, and I'm currently uploading that. But last week, I could not upload anything because I had no videos to upload. I try my best to organize things,
Well, at least you
and
finish your video, your walkthroughs or playthroughs.
I there are only 2 games that I have not finished in my whole entire YouTube gaming career so far.
Hmm.
And that is the Steam version of I'm Scared. And
Okay.
that's because of technical issues and slightly scaredy cat issues. And
Okay.
what was that one Amnesia game story level that I never finished? It had something to do with a dog. I do not remember it. It was a custom story for Amnesia. I don't remember. I don't remember what it was called, but I remember it had a story and it had a dog. Um, but other than that, I didn't know how to progress any further.
Hmm.
So, like I said, I haven't finished 2 things. I'm hoping to finish. I'm Scared maybe sometime within the future. Honestly, I don't know when. I would have to replay some parts, especially the first part, and I do not really want to.
Is it something that
Uh,
bothers you if you cannot finish a game that you started?
Kinda, but not as much. Not it won't haunt me in my dream, whatever. It's just kind of like oh hey, it's a thing. Woo. It's like a small little kid poke saying, "Oh, hey, I'm a thing, you know? Okay, bye."
Yeah, I can be that thing. No, Bear, Bear, you haven't finished that. You
No, don't do that. No.
should. Do you prefer playing games right nowadays with friends or more of a solo player?
I like doing both. I grew up all the way until middle-ish school uh without the internet. And the only games that I could play was single player games. Um it was actually kind of recently where I just started getting into multiplayer games. Um and within the past year or two, I just now recently started getting comfortable with playing multiplayer
Hmm.
games with lots of internet friends.
Lots.
Yeah, I have lots,
How
and
things can
it's
change,
overwhelming
right?
sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Um, and yeah, So I prefer both. Um, Sometimes playing single player games gets boring, but sometimes I like having the peace and comfort of just playing a game by myself.
Do you play games where you try to rank up or hunt achievements or something like that?
Um, Sometimes it usually gets me a goal, But every once in a while, I'll go into this mood of I just want to mindlessly mine away in Minecraft with no kind of a goal whatsoever. I just want to dig up some diamonds or whatever.
Mm. You just happen to go into a Minecraft server to build digs and stuff like that.
And sometimes just single player server world and just do it.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
All right. If you, I asked Zeus one question, and I'm actually interested in your answer too. What do you think? Who you call a quote unquote YouTuber?
Who I call a YouTuber?
Yeah. Who? What is the definition of a YouTuber for you?
For me,
Hmm.
um, anyone who interacts with YouTube at any time when it comes, even just commenting on a video, putting up a YouTube video, watching a video on YouTube, all those people are YouTubers, in my opinion. Sometimes they'll just say, sometimes I will say YouTube, synonymous with someone who puts up a video on YouTube. But in my opinion, a YouTuber is someone who just does almost anything on YouTube.
And how about the same with gamers? Who do you are you consider yourself a gamer?
Yes, of course.
Uh,
Always have.
what
Always will.
what what does how is a gamer a gamer? What makes a gamer a gamer?
They play video games.
That's it. So if I played one Candy Crush, does that make me a
Technically,
gamer?
you're no. Candy Crush is a very valid game. Most people call it most people will probably dock you for saying, "Oh, that's just a simple match 3 game," and I do that with my parents all the time, but they're you're still technically a gamer. It is a game. And since you are playing it, well, I guess a gamer would be more of a person who has committed themselves to the life of playing games.
Hmm. Would that apply to people who strictly only play board games too?
Yes.
Technically, those are games too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
My parents have always technically been gamers. We even used to play uh a few LAN games on here. Diablo 1, sometimes 2, and Warcraft 2. As in Warcraft number 2. Sorry.
Hmm.
I don't think Warcraft 1 had a multiplayer mode.
Sadly, it didn't.
Yeah, cuz it was in the DOS era.
Yeah, I would have loved to play it with my brother though back then.
Yeah. But technically my parents are gamers, even though lately all that they play is Sudoku, match 3 games.
Hmm.
At least that's my pop. I think my mom tries to play hunt and find games. She likes puzzle games a lot more.
Do you? Oh shit! I started a question and I completely forgot what I was. Oh yeah, I know.
Oh
Do you consider games, video games in particular, a piece of art, or is it just something to pass the time and not that serious?
no. Ooh, that is a good question. Um
At least one good question then.
that's a very good question. Uh In some cases, I would consider it art. In some cases, I would consider it something to pass the time with. Um, if I see that it is very pretty and I am able to interact with it, I can understand that it can be art. But after the fact that I know that it's art, it eventually just becomes something to pass the time. I think when it does eventually does become something to just pass the time with, um it kind of gets into that feeling of, oh, it's an old friend sort of feeling,
Mm.
like we discussed earlier.
Yeah.
um so in a weird way, I would consider it both, because there's some games out there that I don't really consider art all that much. I would just consider it something to play as. I would more see it as a way of hmm, how to word this proper. Another way of reading a book if it's a good story based
Hmm.
game. A
Okay.
different way of telling a story. It's very similar to, it's like saying if a book is art or a way to pass the time.
Mm.
It's not easy to say that. It's not easy to say which it is.
Okay. I like that answer a lot. Um,
Yeah.
are
So
you? Yeah.
it's kind of both. It's like a book.
Are you only playing on PC or are you playing on consoles too?
I would love to be able to move to recording my PS3, but the thing is, most of the games that I have on there, I have already played, or I have seen someone else play it. So
Technically,
they
you
would.
could still stream it.
I could still stream it, yeah. But I haven't gotten around to it, mainly because the only way that I can play it is on the TV, because my current monitor doesn't have an HDMI input to
Yeah.
it. And but my TV does,
Hmm.
and the only way that I can actually hear my TV is either through the speaker, the one speaker that it has, or connect a whole bunch of wires to it and hear it on a delay on my computer.
Mm. But you still play on PS3.
Not as much lately, but yeah.
All right. So I don't think you are, but are you a person who desperately defends the PlayStation against Xbox, or it's who gives a fuck?
It's more of a who gives a fuck.
Okay, thought
They're
so.
both good, very good consoles. They both have a whole bunch of games on them. Um, the only reason I chose the PS3 is because I know that there's a lot of games that I would prefer to play on it, and because it was cheap at GameStop used. Um, um, and yeah, it's kind of a, I don't really give a shit either way.
Okay, so I will spare you the question I was threatening you because of what you said before we started this stream.
Which was
Um, what do you really want me to quote you on that one?
uh
Okay, so you said you can ask whatever the fuck you want from me about my
mhm.
favorite game or about my favorite dildo. I don't care.
I was kidding.
So I have mercy on your soul, and will not do
Thank you.
that to you.
Thank you.
In case your parents will find the video that we upload.
Oh, they're out of the house. They're out of the house right now.
Um, so what do you have anything left to say about your content, your streams, or whatever we covered here?
think someone I think someone's disappointed that I didn't answer the question.
I'm pretty sure they're eagerly waiting for an answer.
Well, too bad you're not gonna get one. Um uh not that I can think of to answer that question.
Well then, thank you so much for taking the time to hang out with me and answer my stupid questions.
No, I haven't
Um,
stupid.
at this point, we should probably mention that we try to raise some money for you to move to your own place,
Mm-hmm.
and I
Let
will.
me
Yep. Okay.
let me pull up the link for it really quick.
Okay. I will include the link in the YouTube video's description as well, and I think you should be able to post the link. If not, I will just casually murder Nightbot and we will do it. Uh, but yeah, that's a thing. And thank you so much for taking your time.
Oh, that's no problem.
I will probably
Sign
cut this
in.
thing here